Alright guys, we're back with another JJK video, and we're going to be taking a look at Awakened Satoru Gojo, the honored one, the bitch character. Bro, listen, thing is, I love this character, but I don't love this character in this game. He's such a bitch, I don't know what's wrong with him, he hates me, and if you see my summon video, you understand why I said that. But either way, we're going to be taking a look at him today. We got him at A3. I was going to originally do an A0 showcase, but yeah, I decided that I didn't want to do that for whatever reason. So instead, we're going to be taking a look at him at A3. Before we get into obviously the gameplay, we'll quickly jump over and take a look at his kit. If you guys like the video, leave a like on the video, subscribe, comment down below, tell me how your summons went for this character. Tell me how you like this character if you did get him. But yeah, let's hop into reading his kit. Okay, so this guy is a green type, limited character. He has high stats. He's a Gojo character, so there's that. He doesn't Black Flash. And first, we'll go take a look at his auto skills. He's just like every Gojo. He has the limitless technique. Though with this Gojo, I do feel like his limitless technique isn't as active as the other Gojos, even the hidden inventory Gojo, the one before this, because you can just keep popping the hidden inventory Gojo's limitless. But with this one, not so much. It feels like, unless I'm using him wrong. But anyways, the limitless technique at the start of battle, he grants attack immunity to self for 3 turns. If he's in the honored one mode, grants attack immunity to self for 1 turn. So when you go into the honored mode, then he'll grant him another 1 turn of the limitless, and that can be activated twice. If he drops below 50% HP, he will activate the limitless again. The next one is Curse Technique Reversal Red, the counter. So with this, pretty much as soon as you have this active, he has a chance to counter single target melee attacks, and it deals 520% range jutsu damage, which is actually a high percentage for a counter especially, and it has a high crit rate. So you will be critting quite often with this. And what's good about this as well is that it gives you a core cursed energy, which is what you need. Like a lot of his damage is gonna hinge on these, from what I can tell. So that's good that, like, without even using a turn, you can get an extra core just from countering. And every time he does it, increases his jutsu stat by 30% for 3 turns, which is really good. It's essentially using his skill 2 without using a turn. So yeah, it's really good. And yeah, he doesn't have his counter unless he's in honored one mode. And then this is the cause I'm talking about. So the reason why this is gonna hit, like, his kit hinges on these for damage, is because it increases his Jujutsu stat by 35% for each core he has. And there's no, like, turn limit on this. So his cores don't go away. It does stay on him until you use up his cores by using his ult, which is obviously what we're going to take a look at in a minute. What you want to try and do, from what I could tell, is just do your best to get him to 8 counts, because that's going to give you the maximum, like, buff of 210%, which is a big old buff. So yeah, obviously you want to try to get to that. He does also have the ability to revive, but only as long as he's not in the honored one state. So yeah, if you're not in the honored one state and he drops to 0, he will revive. And what I'm gonna try and do in this video is show all of these mechanics if I can. So yeah. Also, if own HP is below 25%, he has a 20% chance to evade incoming attacks. I have never seen him do this, by the way. I'm not gonna lie. I've been using him a little bit, not a lot. I've been using him a little bit since my summoning video, and so far I've probably done like maybe like 10 runs with him, and he's never done this. Never. But it's all good. But we'll go up to his skill 1. We're gonna look at them at level 10. I don't think I've ever seen his skill 1. I've not used it yet, I'm not gonna lie. But he deals melee combined damage for 210% Jujutsu, Taijutsu, and 170 Jujutsu to the selected enemy as 2 hits. and it lowers the selected enemy's damage by 20%. So it does debuff the enemy's damage, which is good, I guess, if you're gonna ever use it. But I think it is better in this state when he's in the honored one, because it does become AoE, and it's pretty much Domain Gojo's skill. Is it his skill 2? I think it's Domain Gojo's skill 2, where it turns into blue, and yeah, he's just debuffing all enemies, hitting 4 hits. So yeah, it's pretty much that exact same skill. And then the skill 2, this is what you're gonna be spamming all the time. So this is the skill that's gonna raise your core of cursed energy count. This is cursed technique reversal red, and it has a high damage multiplier of 650%, but that goes up 100% more in the honored one state. So you will be dealing a lot of damage just on this skill alone leading up to your ult. So that's what I feel like makes this character so crazy, is you're dealing a lot of damage leading up to your big, massive, big dick ult that you're gonna be dropping after. Do you know what I'm saying? And obviously, like I said, he's pretty much hitting this skill 2 whenever you get the counter off. So that is also crazy. And then his skill 3, so it pretty much, it says it grants attack immunity to self for 3 turns. And so when you hit this outside of the honored one state, you will use it to increase your ult gauge charge rate. But in sweep anyway, I feel like I've kind of like, I prefer to not use this skill outside of the honored one state, just because there's no point getting his ult gauge up faster if you haven't got all the curse cores for the damage increase. So I don't find it really necessary, at least in sweep, and that's what I've been running him in to test him out. But in the honored one state, this does increase his ult gauge charge, increase his own damage dealt by 60% for 3 turns, which is a high buff for 3 turns, and it grants the counter status for 3 turns 1 time. So every time you do hit that counter, you would have to pop this again to get the counter going, the counter status going for 3 turns again. And yeah, it increases his ult gauge charge rate by 25%. And his ult, which is only usable in Honored 1 mode, deals 1800% Jujutsu damage to the selected enemy, which doesn't seem like much, but once you add it on to all the buffs he's getting, like from the buffs from this skill that you pop, which is a 60% increase in damage dealt, and then if you get 8 cores, that's another 210. So it clears 2000% easily. So this will be hitting really hard under the right circumstances, and this even increases its ult charge rate. So once you hit this, it will be much easier for you to go back into Honored 1 mode once again. And I will be kind of excited to see how he looks next to Shoko. But yeah, that's pretty much it for his kit. So we may as well just jump right back into game and see how this guy plays. Okay, so I feel like first we should go into floor 37, and we're gonna run him by himself. The reason why I wanted to do this is just because I feel like it shows how well he buffs himself, if that makes sense. So like, yeah, when you run him on a full team, I feel like it's good to have him with a bunch of debuffers, because I mean, you can run him with people that are buffing him too, which will obviously bolster his damage even more. But just the fact that you can run him like this and he's buffing his own damage so much, and then along with debuffers, it really does make a difference. Like, yeah, he's crazy. So we're gonna go in with his skills like this. I do have him at 10 everything except his skill 1, and I have him at A3. Also, his SP boost, if that's what you call it, is fully maxed. I have him at level 150. Let's go into it. Alright, as you can see, he's got the limitless active right now. He is able to revive. Okay, so he can only do it 1 time though. First, we'll just go through his skills. This is skill 1. I don't think I've actually seen this before, I'm not gonna lie. This is skill 1. It's quite similar to normal hidden inventory Gojo there. Then we'll hit his skill 2. This is what you're gonna want to be spamming over and over again. We see we gained a curse core there. this is what you want to be building up. So you're gonna want to build that to 8, and then we'll hit the skill 3. He bugs out. Okay, and then we'll just keep spamming the skill 2 so we can just raise up the amount of curse cores we have. Yeah, so already we have enough to go into Honored 1 mode. It's because we popped the skill 3. But for now, we'll just keep using these skill 2s. It's getting stronger every time, by the way, because he's getting damage buffs even on the skill 2s for every curse counter. Is it called the core curse core he gets? Now he is taking damage, but that is okay. Okay, so he's hitting 587k on each one of those. So here we will go into the Honored 1 state. Clean. We like that. I love that they put that little animation there. I do. Okay, and then we'll hit his skill 3 so we can get the counter state and hope we can get a counter off. Well, we didn't get it there, but it's fine. I mean, it is a single target melee we need to be hit with. But we are still in the counter state, so we will hit the skill 2 again. Because we do want to get it to 8 before we even think about ulting. As you saw there, he did just reactivate his limitless. So we'll hit another skill 2. We broke there, and do we still have his counter state? No, so we'll activate his counter status again. Because I really just want to get his counter off. But I'm hoping we can do that. So we are on 8 cores, so we can just buff one more time and then we'll hit his ult. Alright, we'll hit his ult and then we'll show them how fast we can. I mean, he kills, so. Okay, what was that? What was that? 6.1 million? Am I bugging? But that was a lot. So yeah, that was him. Let's see if we can just quickly hop right back into that so we can see if we can get his counter off. Okay, so we'll go through again. This time we'll start off with his skill 2s. We'll get his cores up. This is pretty much, I don't know, this is the way I see it, and from what I can tell from how other people use him, you just want to keep spamming his skill 2, really. And he is doing, like, look how much damage he's doing on each one of these, by the way. We'll hit one more skill 2, then we'll go into the Honored 1 state. Among heaven and earth, among heaven and earth, he is the one who will shaft me forever. Alright, now let's go into the counter state and hope we can catch one. There it is. And then that uses his turn as a counter and we get another core, does damage. It's just so good. We love it. And that skill 2 is doing 1.2 right there. And then we'll just go back into the counter state, because once he counters it does use it. Alright, before we ult, we'll do this one more time. And then we'll ult. I really want to show how fast you can get back into the counter state, the Honored 1 mode. So you just hit that and then you can pretty much just hit this one time, and that's if I don't kill. Hit his skill 2, one more skill 2 and you're in the Honored 1 mode. But he does kill. So yeah, there he is in floor 37 by himself. Let's take a look at him and sweep. Okay, so yeah, I haven't been able to hit 10 on this, but let's see if we can do that here. We'll just buff here, debuff here, and then we'll just keep building up the scores. That 406 on his first skill too. Nice, nice, nice. It's just how much damage he does over time. Like, just every skill 2 that he hits is doing crazy damage. And it's just all building him up for his ult as well, so. Was that 1.4? I think that was a crit though, so. Right, one more core, and I think we'll go into the Honored One mode and start building up his damage from there. Okay, Kaito dies here. In come Degami, the other bitch that made me go to P. Use this. And yeah, let's break him here. Go into Honored One. I'm sure he'll break, right? Yeah. 2.1 on Geto. Pretty good for a sub DPS, for real. And we'll debuff, and we'll keep building up his cores in all of one mode. 2.3 on that one. Okay, let's aim to break him again. Okay, Degami does have his ult, but I think I want to save it for a second. Okay, let's do this. Okay, we'll buff here. Let's save it one more turn. And we'll debuff here. Yeah, let's do that. Wait, how many turns do we have left on this? Okay. It should be fine. We'll buff here. Go into the counter status. I don't know if this guy has a single target melee to even counter, to be honest. Okay, we'll debuff here. Then we'll go into his ult. And let's see if Geto can break here. And then we'll buff one more time here. Let me just make sure this isn't gonna end. Yeah, we'll be okay. How much is Geto gonna hit? Nice. Oh, we did get a counter. Okay, so we'll buff, debuff, debuff, and we'll ult. Full 20 mil. Love that. A nice little 20 mil. Nothing too crazy. .9 on that skill too. We'll just keep it coming. See if we can dwindle him down in the remaining 2 turns. I don't think we'll be able to. But we got really close. Maybe if I up the skills of my other character, a few more SP boosts. Maybe put an SP boost on Gojo, then we'll be able to hit it. But like we can go into Honored Ones today already, but he does so much damage on that, it's insane. But yeah, there you go. That's gonna be. I didn't quite get the full damage, but 62 million on that. So yeah, I'm sure you guys will be able to get the full 10 out of 10 with this guy. So there is the showcase for Awakened Satoru Gojo. Tell me what you guys think of him. Let me know if I've used him wrong in any way. Let me know down below, and if you like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that like button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.